Pene, bienvenidos a un nuevo capítulo de Broken Sword 5, la maldición de la serpiente. Recién llegados a Londres buscando la pista del señor Medovsky. Miedo me da Medovsky. Nos ha llevado a Londres, a su supuesta dirección. Y vamos a cotillear. Ok.
No answer.
El tío no se entera, jardinero, muy bien el jardinero, que no se entera de que...
It's locked.
Lógico. Vamos a ver si Nico puede ligar con el jardinero. Guapo.
Excuse me.
Ah,
Hello?
do you want a cup of tea, man?
On your bike, darling. This is a private residence.
We're here to see Mr. Medovsky.
Eso ahí, con los
So?
cojones.
We have important business with Mr. Medovsky.
And who the hell might you be?
I'm Nico Kalar, and this is my colleague, George Stober.
No des los nombres.
Well, isn't that cozy? Can you count, darling?
Yes, of course.
Well then, 1, I don't know you or laughing boy here from Adam. 2, you ain't got no business round here. And 3, I don't like French birds. Comprenez?
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
I don't suppose you know Mr. Medovsky's driver, do you?
Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Get lost!
Joder, qué tío más borde. A ver, George, no puedo hablar con este hombre.
Hey, George.
What's up?
Seriously, how are we going to do this? According to Ronnie, Medovsky's the real deal.
Coming from Ronnie? That's quite a compliment.
If Medovsky's the killer,
We need to be careful. Which suggests...
I use my Gallic charm.
Exactly.
Bien, no sé qué es el amuleto gálico, pero... No sé, voy a volver a probar a hablar con ese hombre.
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Showing him my press card would have blown. Do you work for Mr. Medovsky?
No, I'm standing here pruning his edges for a laugh. Course I blooming work for him. Look, will you stop asking all these blooming questions? Can't you see I'm busy?
The bush was perfectly shaped.
Que no sé qué hacer. A ver.
Ronnie wouldn't have been too pleased.
Bien. Oh. Vamos a volver a intentarlo, es que no.
Hi, guess who?
Está borrando la cabeza.
What do you want?
Pues...
We really need to see Mr. Medovsky about a most important matter.
Oh, why are you still here?
A ver.
I couldn't pop the gate with my press card. The gap was too small.
Es que ya no sé, voy a utilizar cosas con cosas,
No,
así.
that would never have worked.
A ver, George, dame otra pista.
Hey, George.
What's up?
Never mind. Come on.
Bien. Venga, vamos a molestar.
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
What do you want?
No sé.
We really need to see Mr. Madofsky.
You really don't know when to give up, do you?
Venga,
Hi.
una vez más. What do you want?
What do you want?
We really need to see Mr. Madofsky.
Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Get lost.
Bueno, venga, una
Hi.
vez más. Es que ya no sé
What do
qué
you
hacer.
want?
What do you want? What do
I
you
don't
want?
suppose you know Mr. Mad...
Look, will you stop asking all these blooming questions?
Lo siento, George, es que no sé qué hacer.
There was no point in calling.
No sé.
I had tried the intercom once already.
A ver, la verja, George.
It was topiary in progress. Hi, guess who?
Pobrecillo. What do you want?
What do you want?
Cada vez lo clavo más. Ay, ay, ay.
Nice bush.
Bush? This is so much more than just a bush.
Oh, I am sorry.
It's art, love. Or to be precise, topiary. And as everybody knows,
Topiary is a transitioned form.
that's right. A statement of man's dominance over nature. A metaphor for the human condition.
And yet,
It's not enough, is it?
not for the big questions.
Life, death,
Right and wrong.
tell me about it.
You struggle, monsieur?
Day and night.
That is the human condition.
Can we ever escape it?
It is possible through meditation, contemplation.
I see.
It is our only salvation.
Well, you've given me food for thought, you have.
Anytime.
Much appreciated. At a difficult time.
You are welcome, monsieur.
So, anyway, this is my latest piece. What do you think?
Una maravilla. Dile que sí, dile que
It's
sí.
very nice. Eagle? A two-headed eagle.
Result. Get in there, my son. Yes, it's a Russian Imperial Eagle for the boss. You spotted it straight off. I owe you one, lady. You have got that rare quality. Real insight.
No, please. You have a rare talent.
Bien, perfecto. A ver,
We have important business with Mr. Madofsky.
I need a good reason to bother the boss with this. He's a busy man.
I understand, but I think he'll want to speak with us.
What makes what you have to say so important?
La Maledicción, a painting that belongs to him, has been stolen. If he wants his insurance claim processed quickly, then he'll want to speak with us. I think he might be annoyed if he finds out you never even told him we came around, right?
Okay, okay. Hang on, I'll phone him now.
venga. Señor Medowski. Mr. Medowski.
Yeah, Mr. Madofsky?
French bird.
Yeah. Yes, boss. Right, I will do. You've piqued the boss's interest. That isn't always a good thing. The gate should be open. I'll take you inside. Follow me, please.
Venga, que vamos para adentro. Venga, que vamos para adentro. No me digas que San Badine ya es. ¿Quién es este? Parece Ahmadinejad. No.
Mr.
No,
Medovsky
no
will
es
be right with
Ahmadinejad,
you,
no.
madame.
No me acuerdo bien. Sí, Ahmadinejad. Ahmadinejad.
Well, we're in. Now what?
Es que es
We'll
muy,
make
muy
him
Putin.
think we're all set to pay out on the policy. See if we can get him to talk.
Cuidado, cuidado. Cuidado que ha llegado el ruso. Con la cabeza pequeña.
Welcome, welcome.
Good day, monsieur. My name is Nico Collard, and this is my assistant, Georges Tabar.
You are here to discuss La Malediccio, yes?
Correct.
I am surprised to see you. My agreement with the gallery specified that my ownership should be kept in the strictest confidence. It would appear that agreement has been broken.
A man has been killed, monsieur.
An agreement is an agreement.
¿Suave o duro? Pues suave, por si acaso. Por si acaso.
My apologies for disturbing you, monsieur, but I'm afraid we must ask you some questions.
So be it. The loss of a painting is nothing compared to the loss of a life. Ask away.
No, dispara tú. Munición, ladrón.
How did you come into possession of La Malediccio?
I purchased it at auction.
Mentira. Mentira.
We have reason to believe that the theft was an inside job.
Oh, that is terrible. The staff at the gallery were so pleasant to deal with, but such is human nature. I trust this won't delay the insurance claim.
I'm sure matters will be sorted out soon. Did you know Henri, the gallery owner?
Oh, purely on a professional basis. My restorer recommended his gallery to me.
Did you ever meet him personally?
No, only via email. I rarely fly. I'm carbon neutral, you know.
Very conscientious, monsieur.
Well, the planet won't save itself.
Do you have receipts for the painting?
Of course. I have already sent them to your office.
These things take time to process.
What is there to process? I own the painting. Someone stole it, and your company provided me with insurance. I am the victim here.
Ok,
A
tranquilo.
state you share with the deceased, monsieur. What connection do you have to Vera Security?
I've never heard of it.
Mentira. Mentiroso.
There is strong evidence that ties you to Vera Security.
Oh, you are beginning to sound like a policeman, madame.
We are merely doing our jobs, monsieur. We must leave no stone unturned.
I would leave this particular stone unturned if I were you.
I'd rattled him, but I didn't want to push too hard. Of course. We will check our information again.
I would do that.
A ver.
Your restorer, how does he fit into all this?
Hobbs. He did a little cleaning work on La Malediccio, that's all. I think that is enough for now. When do you expect the claim to be paid out?
It will not be long, monsieur.
When exactly? Surely you can give me a date.
Monsieur Medovsky, I'm sure you...
Please excuse the interruption, sir.
What is it, Shears?
Hobbs is here.
Tell him I'm busy.
He mentioned the portfolio, sir.
For pity's sake, can he not just follow simple instructions? Please excuse me for a moment.
Sí, vamos a investigar ahora, no te preocupes.
The gardener's called Shears?
Yeah, probably not what his mother christened him.
Shears. No entiendo el chiste, pero bueno, Shears. Da igual.
What a creep.
Vamos a investigar.
Very clever creep at that. We got nothing on him, and he knows it.
He just brushed off the Vera connection. We need something else to get under his skin. I could use Marquez as leverage.
Yeah, it's just one man's word against another.
So what else can we do?
Let's take a look around. Maybe there's something here we can use against him.
Good idea, George. You search, I'll keep watch at the window.
Ok, pues venga. Vigila. Cajas de cigarrillos. Oh,
It was a beautifully inlaid cigarette box.
sí, la verdad que es bonita. Sí.
The catch had snapped. The paperclip just flexed and slipped off the catch. Sadly, the catch would have been too thick to cut with nail clippers. The wood would have been too weak. Well, it seemed like a good idea. Never in a month of summer.
Bueno. Ya conseguiré algo para abrir eso.
Can you hear what they're saying?
Yes.
You should not have turned up here, Mr. Hobbs. I made it clear I would deliver the package later today.
I wanted to make sure it got to me all right. I've got a lot of work to do on it.
This is most inconvenient.
Medovsky's arguing with his visitor, Hobbs, about the portfolio.
That portfolio is important, I'm sure of it. Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note. I picked up the business card.
Bien.
It read, Wilfred Hobbs, Fine Art Restoration.
Bien.
I made a note of the address. Then I put the card back where I'd found it. No point arousing Medovsky's suspicions. The note read, L. Serp drawings for you to check. W.H. Now we're cooking with gas. I wondered if the painting could be in the portfolio that Medovsky had taken. It was a thank you note from a British politician. Huh. Medovsky certainly had some dubious friends. A Russian imperial egg. It looked rather plain. See a penny, pick it up, then all day you'll have good luck.
Bien. Nada, robando monedas.
I suspected the medals weren't from the Moscow Debating Society. Everything was in Cyrillic, except for a number. 1869. It seems our Medovsky has friends in low places.
It's like my boss said, the guy wants to be a player.
Medovsky in Libya. Happy days. What kind of guy has a
Gaddafi.
picture of himself and
Matinidad, no, joder,
Gaddafi
Gaddafi.
on the wall?
The kind who will commit murder in order to steal their own painting.
It was a Russian privatization voucher. I wondered why Medovsky displayed it so proudly. Locked. I could only hope that Medovsky hid the key somewhere in the room.
A ver si con la llave puedo abrir esto.
By extraordinary good fortune, the coin I'd picked up was the perfect shape to flip open the broken catch.
¡Qué
Fancy
coincidencia!
that.
¡Qué guay!
Keys
Llave.
are always useful.
Esta es la llave.
Romanovs. The same brand of cigarettes that were in the ashtray in Vera's security.
Ya te digo yo. Me van a pillar. O algo.
The study door's open now. Hear anything else interesting?
Hang on.
Listen, Hobbs, just take the portfolio and do your work. You are nervous, and I don't like that.
Understood. I have got a few questions, though.
I do not like questions either. Hurry up.
I noticed a couple of people arriving. Who were they? They look like coppers.
They were from the insurance company.
Has the...
Hobbs is going to head off with the portfolio. Whatever's in there is important. We need to stay with it.
I got Hobbs' address from his card. When we're done here, we should check it out.
Okay, Josh, but hurry. Medovsky will be back soon.
I'm gonna check out the study.
Okay.
Wow, there must be millions of dollars worth of art on these walls. The painting reminded me of my Aunt Maud. I'd never liked her. The desk was magnificent.
Uf. Vamos listos para saber. No, solo yo
The
como,
chair was fancy and probably...
¿cómo coño sé yo cómo es el código este?
Those two little holes were just waiting for me to put my fingers in them.
No.
I resisted the urge.
Hay que buscar la manera de encontrar.
The
El
drawer was
código.
open. My heart skipped a beat. But inside, I saw only a candy bar wrapper. I could hear the little fella scuttling around in there.
Voy a mirar el libro, a ver si me dice algo. Luego la máquina de escribir.
Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note.
Esto me diría algo. A ver qué me dice la máquina de escribir.
I should have guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic. I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been able to remember the layout of a US keyboard, I might have been able to figure it out.
A ver, 1869. 1. 8. 6, 9. AHSO. Bueno, pues que así me valga. HSO.
A secret drawer popped open.
Bien.
I knew that publication date would be significant. At last, I was going to discover Medovsky's secrets.
Y justo te van a pillar.
It certainly wasn't
no?
Medovsky's sock drawer. Hey, Nico, come see this. I think we've struck gold.
Hang on, I'm coming.
No,
Look.
que no venga.
A letter from a guy called
Ay, la madre que
Gaynor.
los
His
parió.
company, Wolfram, want to purchase La Malediccio. They're offering way over the asking price.
Anything connecting Medovsky to Vera?
Well, let's see. Here we go. A lease for Vera's security.
Aha! Then we have the proof we need.
Hang on, what's this? Expenses for a Mr. Shears. Waterloo Motors, one helmet. These are from Paris. Madame La Trex. Hotel Britannique. Pizza. Nico. Pizza. I think your friend Shears might just be Henri's killer.
Claro.
George, what have we got ourselves into? I just heard the front door close. Medovsky's coming. Put everything back in order, quick!
Right.
Pues, por poco.
He'll never suspect we just ransacked his house for evidence.
George, the coin!
Damn, no time. Look cool, Nico. I'll handle this.
I apologize for the lengthy wait. As you can imagine, my time is at a premium.
That's fine, Mr. Medovsky. I think we're almost finished anyway.
And payment?
Very soon, monsieur. Very soon.
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Nice collection of medals you have there, Mr. Medovsky.
I earned them serving my country.
Anywhere interesting?
Chechnya. Ever been there?
No, can't say I've had the pleasure. Is that a first edition of War and Peace?
Of course. Printed in 1869. A great year for my country's literature. And Tolstoy is the master.
Is that a picture of you with Colonel Gaddafi?
A deeply wonderful man. He was a great fan of the Impressionists.
Well, he certainly left quite an impression on Libya. So, what brought you into the art business, Mr. Medovsky?
Oh, an eye for great artists, an appreciation of fine culture, and a love of what you Americans call the greenback.
You must be upset at the theft of La Malediccio.
Yes, and disappointed that someone would kill for such a minor piece.
So this Hobbs guy, good friend of yours, is he?
No, we simply have a business arrangement. We've been through this already. Now please, if you're quite finished, I'm a busy man.
Thank you for your time, Monsieur Medovsky. We'll be in touch soon.
Well, no prizes for guessing where we go now.
Hobbs' place, right?
Got it in one. Medovsky's pretty shady, don't you think?
He bought our act, though. You make a pretty good insurance man, Georges.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
By the time he realizes we're not assessing his claim, we'll have cracked the case and be toasting our success.
Here's hoping. Looks like rain.
Come on, let's get that cab. Taxi?
Bien, vamos a ver qué nos
I think we
dice
just stepped
este
off
hombre.
the London tourist trail.
I guess this Hobbs character doesn't like visitors.
Not the kind of place you'd expect to find a restorer of old masters.
Unless you didn't want to attract attention.
He's attracted ours. Let's see what Mr. Hobbs knows about La Maledicción.
And let's try and get a look inside that portfolio.
The door was locked. Looking through the window, I could see that there was nothing in the van. Hobbs must have taken the portfolio inside. I popped open the van's hood. Slasha!
Muy bien. Robamos whisky.
I decided to leave the handbrake alone.
Algo más.
Not a sound. The horn wasn't working.
Pues vamos a ver el capó. El capó de la furgoneta.
The engine was held together by rust and dirt. Everything was covered in a sticky film of dirty black oil. Half the wiring wasn't connected to anything. It was clear why the horn hadn't made a noise. Neither hornpipe was connected to either the battery or the cab.
Bien.
It was the van's engine. I didn't really have any reason to sabotage it. A bundle of short, severed wires was connected to the battery. None of the wires were connected to anything. A bundle of wires came into the engine bay from the dashboard. Many of the wires seemed to lead nowhere. It was one of two horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. Two wires hung loose from it. A loose wire hung from the left-hand horn. If I had some spare cable, I could connect it to the wires from the cab.
Pero no lo tienes.
It was the van battery. I needed to hook this up to the horn somehow.
Bueno, no tenemos el cable, o sea que...
Piles of junk, mostly boxes of old paints and scraps of picture frames. Mixed in were wires, cardboard, and some dubious-looking old clothes.
Coge los cables.
George Stobart.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart. I trust you have obeyed my instructions not to leave Paris.
Of course, Inspector.
Good. You clearly know which side your cookie is buttered. Now, I require your presence tomorrow at the murder scene for a reconstruction.
I see.
12 o'clock sharp, monsieur. Or, as you would say, high noon.
Sure.
Any failure to comply, and I shall have you extraordinarily rendered. Have a nice day now.
And you. That was Nave. We're required back at the gallery tomorrow for a crime scene reconstruction.
Let me guess. Non-attendance is a criminal offense?
You got it.
Pues más te vale que no te pillen ni cosas así. George Stewart.
The large dumpster was full of garbage. It was Hobbs's mailbox. There was a note hanging out. For a second, I debated the morality of mail snooping. It was a short debate, and I won. I decided to open the letter.
Qué cabrón.
Dear Mr. Hobbs, due to previous incidents, we are writing to inform you that we will no longer be sending models to your address. It went on to discuss Hobbs's temper and other alleged infractions, some of which still carry the death sentence in certain less sophisticated cultures. Interesting. I don't think there's anyone home.
There's a light on upstairs.
Hay que hacer sonar el claxon.
Climbing drain pipes was something I preferred to avoid, unless I had a great reason to do so.
Ah, joder. Coger basura. Venga, cables, cables. Cables. Quiero cables. Necesito cables.
I had found just what I needed. 2 lengths of wire.
Perfecto. Vamos al capó.
The engine bay was a mess. I connected the wires from the cab to the horn. It was the van battery. I used the wire to join the battery to the horn.
Ahora falta otro cable. Hace falta otro cable. Necesito otro cable.
A bundle of short, severed wires was connected to the battery. It was one of 2 horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. 2 wires hung loose from it.
Si puedo coger otro cable allí.
A pile of paint.
Lo que le doy no va a funcionar, pero a ver si me deja coger y conseguir otro cable.
The horn wasn't working. I decided to leave the handbrake alone. The van's hood was already open. I wouldn't have been able to break the chain or the padlock.
¿Dónde consigo yo otro cable?
Climbing drain pipes was something I preferred.
Ya, ya. A ver, a lo mejor
¿Nico?
Nico tiene un cable ahí,
What's up?
metido en el chocho.
The lights are on, but nobody's answering.
Maybe they can't hear you knocking. We could try some other way of attracting their attention.
Necesito otro cable.
The large dumpster was full of garbage. I connected the wires from the... There was too much wire. That was the long and short of it.
Eso está mejor.
The wire was just long enough to connect the battery.
Esto también. El corto para aquí.
I connected the wires from the cab to the horn.
Eso es otra cosa. Eso ya me gusta a mí.
Everything was wired up. The horn had power.
Venga, vamos a tocar el claxon. Mec, mec.
I figured that should get Hobbs' attention.
All right, hold your blooming horses. What are you up to with my van?
Hello there. We fixed your horn.
So I hear. Now, what are you doing in my yard?
Sorry to bother you again, Mr. Hobbs, but... Well, that could have gone better.
He's not exactly the friendliest of characters.
A lo mejor puedo hacer algo con la gaviota, esa que vuela.
Climbing drain pipes was something I...
Pues nada, me voy a llamar la atención y voy a probar otra vez. ¡Ay, puto! Restaurador.
I decided to give it another blast.
For crying out loud, will you leave my van alone?
Sorry, just need a quick word, Mr. Hobbs. Afternoon, Mr. Hobbs. We're from the model agency.
About blooming time. I'm on a deadline. You better come up.
Bien. Bien.
About time you two showed up.
Hello, Mr. Hobbs. I was just wondering if...
Can it, Goldilocks? I don't have time for chit-chat. Just get undressed behind that screen.
Undressed?
That was the deal. An extra 20 quid because I need you with your kit off.
The studio was freezing.
And as for you, darling, no need to get undressed. I've got a vivid imagination, so I'll just use that. Either way, just go sit over there on that rug and give me your best Belle Epoque floozy. That's perfect. Just hold it there.
Nico made for a good distraction. I just needed to figure out how to get a look inside that portfolio.
Bueno, tendré que desnudarme. Lo sabremos en el próximo capítulo. Hasta otra.